Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Pokes channel, the Guitar Ladder System. Hey, I just realized I didn't show the headstock on this rare Yamaki, so there it is. I don't have a monitor, so I'm not sure. I'll do a couple different angles here. Just to make sure that you can see it, right? It's really cool. But yeah, this is. And I want to get a little closer to the sound hole too, just so you could maybe hear this. I think this, what I was talking about before, I noticed when I watched the video, I wasn't showing this as I was talking, but what I was talking about is having a luthier very gently. In fact, sometimes luthiers don't even realize this. I've actually explained this to luthiers, and they're like, oh, all right, that makes sense. You have them very lightly sand down the top of the bridge a little bit to bring it down. Then this little piece here, you have them take it out and sand the bottom of that. So everything comes down a little bit. That's one way to lower action. And I actually had this conversation with one of the best luthiers in the world. His name's John Carruthers. He's one of the best in the world. Cool guy. And I was selling a couple 30s pre-war Martins for big money, and I had somebody at my place looking at it. And I told the guy, I said, well, you don't really need to do a neck reset if a guitar sounds great, because you can deal with lowering action other ways, like I'm just explaining here. And I actually had George Gruen on the phone. I talked to George Gruen the other day too. I had John Carruthers on the phone. I said, John, just be honest. Do you agree with me or not? He goes, no, I agree. He goes, if a guitar sounds great, you can lower the action other ways. You don't have to do a neck reset. And a lot of luthiers, the really honest ones that are successful, admit that it's even kind of traumatic on the guitar because you got to send a bunch of steam in there, and it can degrade some of the structural integrity of the guitar. It's not the end all of guitar. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a viable thing, but I've been a guitar broker over 35 years. I've only done one neck reset in my life. It was actually on an arch top. But you can always lower the action, like I said, by gently sanding the bridge down, sanding this piece on the bottom, and maybe lowering at the net. But I want to get a little closer just so you can hear this guitar. To just show the guitar a little bit more too. So I think what I'm going to do is, it's probably not going to be the best angle here, but just try to show the back, the flame on the back of this guitar is just so awesome looking. That's worth the money itself. Just that flame on the back. That's a really old piece of mahogany there, and it really adds to this. This guitar just sounds incredible. You can play it, and it just has. I think the thing about a great musical instrument is it's warm and woody, but also definition and clarity, and that's a real hard balance to find. I've read about people that own, Stradivarius violins worth, $3 million or $2 million or whatever the hell, that they're worth a lot, and they talk about that too. Is that orchestral balance and focus and musical resonance, but also with the clarity and definition while also being woody and open. It sounds like a paradox, right? Things are often a paradox, but yeah, I'm just trying to show. I've got some people. This is a really cool stuff. Like this was really hard for me to sell because I just love stuff like this. It's really, really hard to find stuff like this too, by the way. But yeah, this is just really a beautiful guitar. And let me get just a little more overhead light here. Really hard for me to let stuff like this go because I just love it, But anyway, like I said, somebody might want to dial this in a little bit. And I don't know, I'm actually playing it as it is right now. And I adjust the neck. I adjusted it a couple times yesterday. And then I think I did it once today, and I'll probably wait, 12 hours and do it again. But yeah, and there's a truss rod cover that goes on there. I just leave it off because I'm adjusting the neck. But it's got a hard case that's in good shape. It's got some little white marks on the outside in one small little area. But yeah, it's trying to just kind of show that flame on the back. It is so, and it's so funny because you can stand up and look at the back and not even see any of it all, and then you get the right angle and you see choo 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 choo. Like, oh, it really looks cool. Anyway, this is really really a neat sounding guitar. It reminds me of kind of an old Martin with maybe a little more air in the tone, but not air where you lose definition or lose clarity, and that's very hard to explain. I know it sounds like a paradox, but yeah, that's what happens when you try to explain things that are hard to explain, right? Anyway, I know I'm getting some overhead light there, but yeah, this is really an interesting guitar. All right, take care. If you want to call me, just identify yourself, please, because I get, I'm getting 30, 40,000 views a month on my YouTube channel. And I get all kinds of phone calls about reverse mortgages and loans and buying stocks and investing in this and all kinds of stuff. And I just get burned out on it. So I ask people to identify themselves. What is your name and what are you calling about? And some people get nervous and don't want to answer me and just hang up. But understand I'm getting way too a lot of calls. So just if you call, just go, oh, my name is Skip or whatever, calling about that rare Yamaki guitar or whatever. But yeah, man, this is some old wood. But this guitar has a warmth and a resonance, and I think part of it, excuse me, I'm fine. Part of it is just, a great guitar doesn't need to be heavy, and a lot of guitars are overbuilt big time. Even some of the major brands are really overbuilt so they can ship them all over the world. So like that's one of the components to making a really great guitar is making it light and not making the wood too thick so it breathes and it has resonance and has that really pianistic, orchestral, woody mountain warmth, which is not muddy by the way, but just has an orchestral, pianistic kind of mountain resonant tone. Very hard to explain this stuff. All right, folks. So if you want to call me, 714-548-0385. Just identify yourself. I'd really prefer you email me first. That's stevezook@yahoo.com. I'm sorry, stevezook7@yahoo.com. That's STEVEZOOK. And then the number 7, not spelled out. Just STEVEZOOK. Just the number 7, not spelled out, at yahoo.com. All right.